Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Dotson in motion right. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Pressure applied.
Dang, man, that's crazy.
They sack him back at the 33-yard
That's crazy right there.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. And that sack there likely brings out the field goal unit, so they might have to settle for 3 here on their opening drive.
They did some nice things getting things started there, moving the ball downfield, but taking that sack on 3rd down, that lets the air out of the momentum balloon just a little bit.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Yeah.
The Eagles unable to convert there.
Gotta fucked it up.
And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon.
We gotta get some D now.
Here's Wilson. Completes this one to Pickens. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a
Guess who's back?
play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Running a jet sweep. This is Austin. And a tackle there by C.J. Gardner-Johnson. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter action from Pittsburgh. It is the Steelers in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now Wilson. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. First target, first catch, and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Whoa.
Get this to his tight end. That's Pat Fryer.
Damn, good pass.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
But certainly as a fan, you get a little bit nervous when you see him make those kind of throws. But they work on that in practice more than we know. And most of them now know their limits and know what they can get away with. And there's a completion right there.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Blocking at the point of attack there was very strong. He had a couple of running lanes.
And I never want to overlook the offensive line, but that's what they get paid to do. How about the quarterback? Everyone thinks all he's going to do is throw the football. His movement and deception can help the running game as well.
This one finds Austin out right. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Calvin Austin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 7-0. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They're going to look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the gun, it's Hurts. And that'll be dumped off to Gainwell. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Now a 2nd and 2. Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
Throwing is Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Eagles have a chance. So a late touchdown here just before the half, and that obviously changes the dynamic of this game.
Yeah, in a couple of ways, partner, because they've been shut out up until this point. So now at least they go into the locker room, and Uncle Mo may be creeping over to their side to talk to him a little bit. And second, they're right back in the football game, an extra point away from tying things up.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break. Fields. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Here's Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On play action, Fields flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Nolan Smith brings him down on the pass rush.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Now Fields. He'll let it fly for Austin. That's caught at the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Calvin Austin with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers have taken the lead.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. Needed that one there, buddy.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Hurts. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line. A big play there for Philly. 41 yards.
Well, that was a pretty good time for his first catch of the ball game, and it turned into a huge play as well. He's certainly not been a central part of this passing game so far in this one, but he made his presence felt there. A big pickup on 3rd down.
Now Hurts changing up the play. Up the middle with Barkley. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the 4th quarter. We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now back to throw.
Come on.
They stall out. It's intercepted.
Yes.
And the Steelers are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Not right to him, though. Right to him, though.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Back to throw. Fields. Got his man. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. And just because they're in the middle trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Fields. That is caught. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 28.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Forced out to his left. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's sensed being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Extra point now by Boswell. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Britton Covey going to bring it out of his end zone. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's complete to Brown. Able to get this all the way out close to midfield, just what the doctor ordered on play one of this drive in crunch time.
First down, Philadelphia.
Here's first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. This is caught at the 20. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining.
They absolutely had to take some chances downfield trailing here in the fourth quarter.
So why not go 4 verticals, send the guys downfield, say make a play.
And that's one of the favored routes of offensive coordinators. You know why? Because receivers can be open at any point running that route.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
So this likely just to get the final score a bit closer given the time remaining, but they'll have a go for 2 here. Hurts will throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes could prove risky. There it worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And they've got it. They recovered it. They hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go 10.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this one is incomplete. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown